Good afternoon, everybody. Just waiting on Mr.StockLockProfits to join us. I think he's having some technical issues. How's it going? It's been a pretty red day in the market, but that's okay. Actually, I think I'm on the wrong account here, so I have a bunch of little small accounts here. Yeah, so we're just going to be watching some trades here. We'll see what happens after the market's closed. It just takes forever to update. Actually, yeah, let me switch over accounts because I don't have the updated, I don't have the real-time information for this. So let me just get 1 second going. There's our schedule if you want to take a look at that. In the meantime, what is going on with my computer? Cancel that. All right. If you guys have any questions or tickers you want to look at, go ahead and throw them in the chat. It's going to be just a second here, and I'm just trying to get logged in. People didn't update, and it's been messing with me ever since. So, a lot of fun. All right. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead and keep an eye on the comments, and let me see. Oh, got a DM here. Sorry, guys. Give me just 1 moment. I have a little technical obstacle here. That's interesting. I guess I'm just gonna have to push through. Yeah. So again, yeah, it's been a pretty rough day in the market. So a lot of the I absolutely hate that Webull just wiped out my entire list here. So I don't have a list of stocks anymore other than what I've looked at. So gonna have to bear with me on that one. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some setups here that we like. Yeah, just unfortunately it was a red day in the market here. We are starting a small account challenge, which is pretty cool. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. Give me just 1 second here. Yeah, so we are starting small account challenges. I'll be uploading mine to Twitter when I place my buys and sells. You can see here I just started with $1,000. The strategy I'll be using for this one is going to be a very, very conservative strategy. It is not going to be something that's going to make you triple your account size in a week or 2 weeks. But what it does do is prioritize risk management, and it capitalizes on volatility and drawdown. Oh, how's it going?
Oh, I just restarted my computer.
Okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me uncheck it, man. So finally I restarted it, and it let me in. So thank you for letting me in.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. It's good to have you. Yeah, so I was just talking about the small account challenge briefly. I don't want to get too far into it. So yeah, like we're all kind of, how many there's 6 of us, right? 6 or 7 of us that are doing it.
Oh yeah, that's how many people are following you with this trading?
3.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. I don't know. Hey, Top, how's it going? Yeah, so I was just walking through that. I'm starting with $1,000. So some of you guys are starting with like $50 or $150 just to kind of emulate smaller accounts with more aggressive strategies. This is kind of on the larger end for a new trader. We typically don't see more than like $1,000 until, or we shouldn't be seeing more than $1,000 or so until people are a little bit more confident about their skills. So this is kind of a pretty common starting point between like $300 to $500, I think is most common. So 1,000 is kind of on the higher end. And again, this one allows and kind of capitalizes on drawdown. But I'm not going to get into all the specifics of it, but just know that this is probably going to be the slowest growing one of them. I know Amy and Jackal are probably going to take over, and you. But I think it's going to be pretty good for prioritizing risk management and stuff. So if I get 2 to 5% for a month, that's pretty decent. That means we've had some pretty moderate volatility. So we'll see how it goes. But you guys again,
I think that's nice. I think that's nice, man. I think that's great for all the members that have smaller accounts and they think they can't do it. I think this will help them build their confidence.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch like, yeah, like LT's credit spreads and stuff like that. You take a $50 account up to like 80, 90, 100, 250, 500. It just grows. It's those compounding gains. This is more suited for people who are working full time, or maybe they don't have the technical expertise to identify things like support and resistance and stuff. So it's kind of it's not a foolproof strategy, but it's definitely beginner friendly, and it capitalizes again on volatility and drawdown. So it's something that I don't have to manage actively. So if I'm working 2 jobs, if I've got kids running around, this is something I can do maybe in 5 or 10 minutes a day. I don't have to really focus on it. I don't have to look at anything super technical. I just have to know where how many shares I have and where things are at. So it's nothing too crazy.
Quick question. You know, it's not on trading, but on this stream, is it on YouTube or is it in our live stream, a free live stream?
This is on Twitch and YouTube, and going forward, we'll be doing these in the free live stream channels as well.
Okay, because I see it under the events and updates. It just says join us in the free live stream channel.
Yeah, it's because I updated the bot before we updated the the way we do things here.
Oh, okay, because I think there's a few people in the free live stream section. I see them popping in and out, so I'm not sure if they're a little confused by it.
That's understandable.
Maybe pop a link somewhere.
Yeah, so let's jump in there too if you want.
Yeah, we can do that.
So yeah, we'll pop in there. We'll tag everyone and say, hey, come on in, and then yeah, we'll just have to turn each other's volumes down in the Discord.
Yeah, in the stream. Yeah, of course.
All right, I'm there when you are. Oh, that was quick.
You good, bud? I'm in. I lowered your volume.
All right, I got yours down.
And I'm here.
We're good to go. All right, I'm happy. Are you happy? Is everyone else happy?
Oh, I'm perfect. Now I feel like in the right place. You know?
Yeah, at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel at home.
Yeah, this is how we're going to be doing it for free live streams going forward. So again, here's the schedule. And basically all of these are probably going to be in the respective streams. We have some Twitter spaces as well. So basically whatever the schedule says is what we'll try to abide by. We have some protocols in place now to keep everybody on track and making sure everything's consistent and recorded. So those of you who can't make it to the live streams, you can always watch the streams retroactively. So I've been waiting all day to use that word. Yeah. So
yeah, go ahead, man. You're gonna tell us about your small account. Let's see what's going on.
Nothing. It's
nothing going on. Well, you know what? It's probably a good day to do nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can see here, Ride is the farthest one down, and that's the one I'm most excited for. So that's okay. That's kind of a testament to the way this strategy works. Is that it's something we teach in PBU. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it here. PBU is it's our 2-month, 8-week education course. We teach you all the stuff you need to know as a beginning trader, and then this strategy is part of it, so that you have a foundation to manage your risk and keep some of that capital, so that when you have a little bit more education, more experience, you can put it to better use. So it was a pretty red day. I mean, a lot of these positions are down pretty hard, but my overall count's down like $4, $3. So it's not too bad. Wow. I started it this morning. Yeah, I'm not going to give up trading just yet.
That's good. I'm glad that you're sticking around.
Thank you. And it's paper trading, so you guys can kind of follow along with it. JWAG, yeah. Yep, we're good. We're on YouTube, Twitch, and in the free live stream channel now. So we'll try to keep an eye on all the comments and questions. So I appreciate you.
I made them register for Twitch, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. That's good though. I like Twitch. That's good.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thanks for helping out with that. Yeah, I said the same thing to Pookie. I said the same thing, JWAG. I feel lost that I wasn't in the free section and we were just on YouTube. I don't know where we were at.
We're all over the place.
But now we're in the free section. But man, I'm watching some. Man, it's earnings season.
It is. Yeah. What do you got today?
Market recap wouldn't be the same without these earning plays.
What do you got?
We do have Gamestop, but we also have Chewy. Chewy is actually up 20% on earnings.
That's what I had on my list.
Yeah, so we have Chewy. You already know that I'm coming with the earnings. You got a list already, huh? So Amy in the premium section put out a earnings lotto play for calls for Chewy just before the end of the day. So if we continue this and we hold, they could pay some nice.
Amy kills it with those.
Yeah,
those are going to be nice in the morning. And look at this.
They will.
Look at this. Well, let me go to the bigger chart here so we can actually look at this. Yes, yeah. I had these 4 picked out.
Yes. How's PAF doing? PAF is green by what? 13%?
3%. Hasn't moved. It's 3%.
Okay.
It's still up, but it's just kind of
Yeah.
flat. It hasn't got the volume yet.
Okay.
But
This
yeah,
is the
so
one. Look at this go.
that's the runner. This is the one everyone's going to be watching out of these 4.
You know what? I was hoping for our free live, streamers here that we would get a dump so that we can buy some to
Catch a
then
pullback,
roll it
yeah.
back up. But
Yeah.
it didn't go that way.
That's okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of all these. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I hate doing this on Webull.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get my my paper account up and running here soon. I had some problems trying to like lower the price, I suppose, on the Moomoo. It said $1 million, and I didn't want to start with $1 million.
Yeah,
so I'm still
that.
trying. I'm still trying to find where I can change the amount. Like I went through settings. I went through all different things. I think I just have to reach out. I don't know, or I just use the Webull maybe. Yeah. Maybe I just screw the Moomoo and go to Webull.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can see all these ZR bots are just having a field day with this thing.
Yeah.
It's probably going to get smacked down here in a little bit. I'm just going to watch it right here. It's actually good that we looked at up.
Earnings in English.
I also need to add the tick chart here so I can take a look at that.
Earnings.
So I'm going to put a peak. I'm going to watch this 30-35 level here. So let me draw that because I don't think it's going to get over that just yet. I think we're due for a pullback. So yeah, things like this cause people to get scared. So whether, I mean, it could go up much higher after this, but a good pullback is usually overdue. Oh man, I can't draw my lines. There we go. Oh no, my hotkeys are gone. Well, good thing I'm not live trading on this computer. Yeah, so we're due for a pullback here. Actually, let me just set these up. Sorry, guys. I got to do my settings.
Also, I'm just going to post something in the free section, the free live stream chat. We had some very excited Twitter, tweeting out some stuff. So this is what they were thinking about. Oh, what happened here? Requested the block message. Ooh, there's the owner of Pennybois stock has requested that Discord block any messages.
Oh, what are you getting in trouble for?
Says here, Discord blocked any messages our mostly accurate bots deemed to be explicit. How is that? How is that? Come on, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's a dog. It's a picture of a dog.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it, bud?
I can't even look. I'm gonna send it to you then.
Oh no. All right. Actually, you know what I gotta do? I gotta change over that.
Right here, look. I was trying to post this. Wasn't that an innocent picture?
Hang on a second.
Someone was excited about the earnings, and they put a cute picture of some dogs. So, of a dog, should I say?
What do we got? Oh, my computer's going so slow right now. Oh yeah, I could see that.
What? I mean, because the dog's naked. I don't know. It has hair. I mean, come on.
No. So back in the day, right? The sensor bots on a lot of these platforms were falsely picking up things like onions and pictures of deserts, and they marked them as inappropriate because the colors and the contours of them kind of mimic the human body.
Oh,
so
man.
A lot of the algorithms were tricked. So that dog, if you shrink it down to a little tiny size, it kind of looks like something you shouldn't be looking at.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
These bots need to be updated.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
We're in a new era. Oh man, I tried to change the picture and it still said it.
Look at this. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that's it.
That's 9 on the dot. Let's see what that Pookie indicator says. Hang on a second. I got to pull it up. So now, right, we've had an impulse, and the impulse is pulling back. It's cooling off. So some of the people that bought down here are taking profits. So now we're going to categorize this pullback, and then that's going to tell us what kind of continuation we're likely to see. If we see a sharp push up and it breaks over like these candles here, we'll probably see a sharper, faster run with a harder sell-off later. If we see a deeper, healthier retracement, or it extends over 8 to 10 candles, that's pretty moderate. So then we might see a more stable uptrend after that for continuation. Or if it goes too far down, we're just going to see it fall back down. But I don't think that's going to happen here. I think it's pretty strong. So we'll see what we get.
And we had also had a swing alert out recently 2 weeks ago on Chewy at 24.
Yeah.
So now we're up to $30 today. So that was a good little swing play.
Nice. You want to see something cool? Oh, where'd it go? Hold the top candle.
Is that Pookie's indicator?
Yeah, look at that. Top
That
candle.
showed bearish indicator.
Well, it's the end of an impulse, right? So impulse, correction, impulse, and we'll see how it measures down. So it's good though. It's funny that impulse like turn around on a dime just like that. So it looks like we're probably going to see a shallow pullback. So what a lot of these algos are going to do is they're going to keep a level like right above these previous candles here. Each time one closes, they have these established price ranges here, like $29.99, $29 now. So we're going to watch these and see what happens with them. Notice I'm not chasing down the specific candle here. I'm keeping it above the candle before it. And this is a good way to kind of chase impulses and corrections, but it's very risky. So you need to be careful if you're going to play these that tightly. This is a $25 to $30 stock as well. So, 50 cents, $1 here, that's a much smaller percentage than you'd see on a cheaper stock. So we also got to keep in mind we got path moving. So.
Oh, nice.
Hey, what's up? Amy, you are not in the recording, by the way. So if anyone hears us just randomly talking, it's just because Amy's in the Discord with us.
Just come join us in the StreamYard.
Oh yeah, that too.
If you want, you don't have to.
We're gonna have to turn her volume down if she does. It'll be fun.
Okay, so Path's doing well here, and also Chewy's doing well. Do you know now? A question for you: do you know what EMA Chewy is sitting on right now?
Oh geez, I don't even know. On what time frame? Good question.
Well, I'm on the minute time frame.
Oh, 20.
No,
that's not the 50. It can't be.
No, 12. It's the 9.
9. I know it had to be a low one.
Man, I'm sorry, man. You're a little bit flustered today, man. I think it's because this huge impulse move. You're a little bit.
I'm intimidated.
Yeah. Oh no way, AI.
Oh, you know what we're gonna do with that?
I'm gonna buy some. We're gonna buy some of this real soon. Bring that up. That's more entertaining to me than the other one.
Yeah. Ooh. Hang on a second. Watch this.
The James Legend special.
Right.
Just as you think it's going to zero at 25 cents, you snatch it up and it bounces right there.
What do we got?
I can't believe that it IPO'd and went to 180, or I think it went over 200, didn't it? That was insane. Oh my Lord. And now it's sitting here at a gruesome $14.
Gruesome. I hope the CEO is watching this. All right, let's see here.
All right, that's you just showing us a little glimpse of the chart. Okay, all right, cool.
Don't worry about it, bud.
See the rest. Thank you very much. It's just a tip. I just see the tip at the top.
That's fine. Yeah, so let's go ahead and measure this. Blah blah blah. Right, 25%. 12.5 marks the halfway point. 25 is the safe target, quote unquote. 50 to 61.8 is the bearish loading zone, and we don't care about anything else. So let's keep an eye on that. Change the color. Uh-oh, my Weeble. There it goes. I knew it.
You need to update it, man. The updating one helps it from not crashing.
It does not. You're a liar.
That was yesterday's update, okay? Not the days before. It's yesterday's.
Okay, my bad. I feel like you're still lying to me about that. No. So let's go ahead and uncheck that.
I would never lie to you.
I don't believe you. I believe you want to be truthful, but I'm having a hard time.
I'm brutally honest, just like AI right now.
Yeah, that's fun. We have fun in here. So here's my my line that I drew. So we'll see where it goes from there. So this candle, or the one after it, will likely be a potential, right? These are all potentials. So this is the area where I'd start to watch for a push for continuation if we want to see an ideal turnaround. So let me see how. Yeah, okay, good. We'll see what happens there. And then, of course, we have the AI little bouncy bounce on the bottom. So the certainty of this trade is going to be over once it hits 1535. So, and then I have another level down. Yeah, 12.99 for continuation. So let's see if this one pushes. 1516. So we're going to watch this wall right here, 1520. Come on. That's some big orders there.
I'm more excited about AI at this level.
I know. That's awesome. Just good times. 27.92. That's right. Yeah. Oh, my lines are weird now. Set as default.
Someone's got a plane going over their house right now.
Amy, are you flying? No,
that's your normal. It sounded like you were going on, like just about to get in a plane.
Yeah. We're going to Normandy, boys.
No, I added it personally right now, but I haven't alerted it. I let that one go for you.
Yeah, I'd be scared of the H shape here. I'm calling 13.
My starting position on this one is 1 share, guys, so it's not too big right now.
Ooh, big spender. All right, let's take a look at Path. How we doing, bud? This is not a healthy. Did touch the 50 on the dot. This is not healthy, though. I don't like this order book. I don't like what it's doing here.
Let me go. Oh, okay, so we got Path. Yeah, we got some low volume on Path.
Yeah. So we got kind of a bullhorn shape here, so that's a little scary. Unless it comes back and tests like right here.
Path earnings. Let's have a look. What's going on with Path?
Oh, we getting our little swoopy swoop and chewy.
Well, Path released earnings and they beat earnings.
Okay.
Okay, so Path beat earnings pretty good on both EPS and on revenue.
Okay.
So that one's good. And then AI, which I don't know if it's going to come up because they're garbage.
But you still got that. There's potential here.
Earnings.
Right here we have a little ebb in volume. We had high contention right here with a gravestone doji. So we'll watch and see what direction that goes. I'm pretty confident it'll push up a little bit. Maybe it's like 1580 or something, but I'd be very
well. Actually, AI reported earnings. The EPS they beat expectations, and their revenue they beat by 1 million. So they actually did something well this time around.
Well, that's what they get.
And then it dumps off.
Yeah. Oh, GameStop, you crazy. That looks bearish, though, to me. On the 1 minute. That's not going to hold. A lot of FOMO on it. Probably get little pumps and sell-offs. What's that?
Amy said she's going to hold up the stock price. That's what she just said. She confirmed it. So GameStop should be safe at this level just because Amy's right there at... Where is she at? She got 100 shares at 126.01. So she's trying to hold it up.
Thank you for your service. Yeah, let's watch GameStop. This AI is a little bit slow for me. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we see such little volume on this.
Let's have a look at GameStop.
It's terrible.
I can't believe GameStop is seriously still up here.
I know, right?
It baffles me that it's at $120 stock. It just baffles me.
Buy anything these days. That's what I see. I see a little distribution channel right here, and then it's going to hell. But it's got to get here first. So we'll see which direction it goes. But we have a short term. Let me just redraw that because my lines are all messed up, or my hotkeys are all messed up. So we had that one, right? Short term, and now we have this one. So it's going to kind of play around here, and then if it fails to make higher highs, then we're going to have this situation happen, which is going to be awesome. Look at that.
That's nice, man. I mean, GME has earnings. Yeah, revenue actually was a beat. So that just shocks me even more. Revenue 1.38 billion versus expected 1.35. EPS is what they missed. So that's not so good. Earnings per share they reported $2.08, and the expected was negative $1.37.
Ooh.
So yeah, not so good. And I don't know. I think GameStop comes down eventually.
Yeah, me too. I think it comes down pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm talking I'm talking long term too. I think it comes down
10 minutes.
Probably under yeah. Long term's 10 minutes for us. But no, I think that it comes down to about $80 again.
Yeah, I could see that. It definitely doesn't belong up here. Sorry, GameStop CEO executive guy, but yeah, it just doesn't.
What's his name? Cohen, right? Cohen's the one that's just taken over everything. All these companies that are about to go out of business, he swoops them up.
I wonder if he's got liquidation companies as well.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the way to do it. You get into liquidation, and that's good times, good money.
So he has Chewy, and then he has, what other one does he have? I think he bought a position in Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
And he's coming in to save the day. Into it's not.
That's right.
So it's not your guy.
He's the anti guy. He said he's
your guy until he's not your guy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's right.
Why did backstab him? That's why you're so good. Just cold hearted. That's the best way to be.
No emotion.
Just stone cold, man.
Just be a sociopath. Yeah, all right, man. Have fun. That was Patrick for those who are watching the recording. Crazy Patrick. Yeah, it's kind of slow today. There's not a whole lot going on.
Oh.
I think everyone's kind of holding back right now. They're all driving home from work.
Yeah, I mean, we normally talk about the market here, guys, but we always get on to earnings and playing these earnings.
Yeah, we just give up on talking about the market.
We all know what it's doing, guys. We all know. Last week we said the same thing. Roller coaster ride. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what it's doing right now.
Yeah.
So, so it's more exciting to talk about earnings.
That's right. Ooh, we might see some. We're starting to switch bullish here on GME. Look back at this tick chart again.
So, what do you find from this tick chart? What do you find out of this chart?
So tick chart is essentially the time in sales, more or less. So you'll see things as they're filled. You see it on here. Obviously, price size, the trade size and stuff is not it's not there. It's not present. So you don't see that information. You have to look at the volume here. So right up here it says volume. And you kind of get this little 1-to-1 match on what you're seeing here. So like right here, these two candles are 1 and 3. You get a 1 and 3 right there. So it's just a visual it's a visual representation of the time in sales. So as orders are filled, you'll see it show up here. So there's a bunch of different ways you can identify things and stuff like that. There's different strategies for the tick chart. But the easiest and the most familiar way I think a lot of people see is to look for these dots in a row. And when you see these, that just means that they're block orders or groups of orders of the similar price range. And then you have to look at the volume and see how they are compared to other ones. So it's not much different than the regular candles. It's just not restricted by time. It's based on order. So it's a good way to identify like how these bigger buyers are breaking up their orders for liquidity, because if you're trading, especially in after hours, and you try to put in like a $3 million order, you're going to have a hard time getting filled. So rather than doing that, you break it up into smaller buys. And that's what these algos do in high frequency traders. They break them up into smaller uniform blocks like this big flush of green. It's all 120, 183, but they're all fours. So that's a dead giveaway that was not one big order, but it was a series of smaller ones that were broken up. So you could tell we were right. It failed this trend line here, and then just people are panicking. So it's probably going to get some FOMO stepping in here pretty soon, but we'll see. And then another trick you can also do is use the Heikin-Ashi candles and just look for these flat lines, and that kind of tells you where those kinds of orders are. But again, you have to look at the volume as well. You can't just look at the price here. That's all. So there's certain patterns and things you can look for in here. Like, you know how I like to see a good potent mix of red, white, and green in here, and then big orders coming in. And then there's a couple other things I like to look at in the time and sales to kind of anticipate a break in one direction or the other, because that represents supply and demand compressing. And then, of course, one side loses. So that's when we get the runs either to the upside or the downside. So we're starting to build a little bit more potency right here, and you can tell it's just more choppiness, it's more volatility, and there we go. We're starting to get a push over previous prices. So we'll see if we can get a little bounce out of that. So, and then when this happens, I look at the order book and see where things are stacked. Just move that over here. So I think this is probably going to push up a little bit too. Go ahead and mark that. Oop. Add a little thing on that. Oop. Mark that blue. And then we'll see if this one can push up here. I'm going to get rid of these Heikin-Ashi candles so we can see the actual candle. So now we're starting to get that little pulsation. So I'm going to watch these orders as they're filled. And for those who don't know what the time and sales are, it's the counterpart to the order book. The order book is a list of orders that are not filled. So they're pending orders. These are used for a lot of things. Mostly it's manipulation and for like limit orders and stuff. And then the time and sales is the second half of that. So when orders get filled, they show up on the time and sales. It shows you whether it was filled on the bid side, ask side, the order size, the time, and the price, and then the exchange also. So that's kind of how you can interpret things a little bit more effectively, and that's how you can time things like that little bounce, right? You want to make sure you line them up with areas of potential value. So on the way down, we didn't touch it, and then we waited till it got to the bottom of our box here, which is just this distribution zone, and then we watched the time and sales accordingly when it got to that area, and then we could identify a potential for a confirmation right there. So bam, bam, boom, scalping 101. It's not that easy, but when you get it down, it kind of is, because level 2 in time and sales, that's all. It's like a language. You're just understanding what supply and demand are telling you, and that's it. So now we're running up into this resistance line right here. So there's no point for me to still have been in that. So no bueno, right? We're just in this distribution gap. It has to break out of one or the other. And hasn't really told me to sell yet, but I wouldn't necessarily stay in it if I didn't already lock in some profits. So this means we can break up our sells just like we break up our buys, and then that'll help us have a little more leverage over our average. So we'll see where it goes.
We will. Yeah, we will see how it goes. And they're a little bit of low volume on these ones, right? The Gamestop, I think Path's not doing too much. And
no. Everything's just chilling.
The only one that's better off is He's Chewy. I think Chewy's got pretty good volume.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So now we have resistance confluence here on GameStop. It's a 1 minute chart, so it's not very strong. But it is strong enough to suppress the price for now. So we're going to look at this 123.30 level. That is what I like to call or 122.30. I'm sorry. This is a trap door. So we can draw a line on that. Well, if I can get the price down there. 122.30. So this is what I call a trapdoor or a fake support. And that's just a wall that buyers are going to see. This is a volume threshold wall. So they're going to see that someone down here is looking to buy, quote unquote. It's going to get filled on the bid side as sell orders, and then they're probably going to pull that wall if so many are sold within a period of time. And that's going to cause the main order to get pulled, and then the price is just going to drop. So we could probably watch that happen real time here. So it needs to reclaim this trend line and then push out of this box here, basically. Otherwise, it's going to keep falling down. So we'll watch it get compressed between 123.59, 122.30, and we'll see where it goes. But I really want to pay attention to these 400 at 122.30. So it's gone. So now price is going to probably fall down pretty hard. So we'll just watch. I don't think it's going to stay in this box very long. And then, of course, if we look here, we just had a huge anomaly here on Webull. It's that is not a real number. So it's saying 19,100. That was a block trade. Just went through. Got filled at 23.49. So somebody just got ripped off, and then it got bought right back up. So if we look at the tick chart on that, this is one order down here. So it's not an accurate representation of price. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, so we'll watch GameStop here and see if that's going to pull down. This one should be getting ready to go pretty soon. We've got, let me see what my indicator says. Ooh, somebody playing the drums. What is that? Is that you? Are you typing?
I'm typing for like a second ago. Did it sound like drums? I mean,
I don't know. Whoever did, it's just bam, 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 bam. Sound like James was in here.
Yeah, well, James let me borrow his keyboard. That's probably why.
Ah.
Yep, he sent it to me and said, "Good luck with this one."
I get it. I'm gonna watch Chewy really quick because Aha!
Oh, I know. I know.
How's it going, man? Ooh. All right. Sounds like a party. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up TradingView at the same time over here. It's a nightmare. All right. Oh, yep. So my indicator said, just for fun. Oh, that's the wrong chart. Yeah, we're good. We're good to go. So this one should be good pretty soon. So I'm not going to put any more in it. So I have two computers I trade on. This one is the one that I show you guys. This is where my right hand is. My left hand is on my other keyboard. I have two keyboards, two mice. Next to this one is the one I do my live trades on. So I have 20% in this. It's very risky, and I have a tight stop. And this one, I might grab some soon if it breaks. But I'm going to wait for a confirmation on this one. I'm not going to enter it yet because I don't want to risk a hard sell-off in case all these bots just turn crazy and shoot it down, because that's what I'm expecting. But we're starting to see a little bit of a sign here. So we'll see what happens when the volume comes back in. I believe you are muted.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to push it up. Yeah, I'm looking at my little green, and it's not showing that I'm speaking. So yeah, I'm muted.
Ooh. Yeah.
But yeah, I see that right there. It may break, so we're gonna see next.
I think it's a trap. I hate this kind of setup.
I just won't play GameStop just because of where it's at, and it's this is slow. But
yeah. So let's look at the volume on here. 600. That's not big. That's really low volume. All things considered, it's 0.11% candle. This is 0.64 candle in the opposite direction on 3 times the volume. So, right? Not something I'd be happy trading.
I remember when we started trading AI and like we smashed it, right? Like it actually IPO'd. I don't know if it was like $80, $90, something like that.
Yeah.
And it ran up to like 180. So we done fantastic when it IPO'd. But I don't think Austin knows what price it's at now. And I just unloaded it as a small swing overnight. So he's going to probably get it blasted to his phone, because we have the text messages as well. So he's probably going to, I would love to see his reaction to seeing AI at $14.70 and kind of see what he thinks about it.
I bet he's happy. I bet he's super thrilled. Where's SWN?
He probably went to his phone and probably looked at the chart right away.
Oh yeah, that's what he does. He does
going
things
on?
right away. What? Oh, you're talking to the baby?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I don't know, man. There's nothing going on in the market. It's weird.
Yeah, because it's today was a sell-off day, man.
That's right.
No
That's
one's
what we like,
around.
though.
One's around.
They all left.
They all left the trading floor except for Swing and Ball. I think he's still there.
We're gonna go pick him up. I like when he joins those meetings and he has that picture in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the overnight New York Stock Exchange janitor.
Yeah, it's funny because he uses that for he's all about recording now, so that's great. But whenever he joined, like today he joined as well. We made the stream today, recorded it, and he was there again. I'm like, man, there's just never anyone there with you. Do you lock people out? What's going on over there? But
that's how he rolls. Gotta lock the doors. Make sure nobody gets in there and rummages through the trash and gets those insider secrets.
Yeah. Top Facebook executive leaving the company, maybe some downside coming. That's what Justin said.
If it's not Mark Zuckerberg, it's not going to move the price very much.
He's not ever going to leave that company.
Yeah. Well, he's integrated. It's one of his chips.
I mean, what do you think about that? I think he probably did the wrong thing by doing this whole metaverse. Like, I don't know. Do you think it was a wrong move?
No, I think it was the right move, but I think it was executed poorly. It was very hot, right? It popped on the scene. It had a ton of hype, and then there was no follow-up. And then the follow-up has been very, very menial. So there's not a lot of interest in it anymore. It's people these days have a very short attention span, both investors and consumers. And yeah, I mean, you gotta if you're gonna put out news like that, you gotta follow it up with plans, right? You gotta have specifics. You gotta have products in mind that you can put out.
Well, he did. He followed it up with changing his name.
Yeah, but
people are focused. People are focused on. He made the video, and that was it.
Yeah, and all people remember is that bottle of barbecue sauce sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
That made more headlines, I think. There's really poor follow through, I think.
Maybe he didn't he probably changed his mind after his stock plummeted down to the 180s again. He's probably like, I'm not sure if I want to spend all this money when my stock is plummeting.
Elon.
So he's over here maybe changing his mind. But actually, I do like Facebook. It's holding up this level pretty well. Like the actual, if I look at the chart, it's holding up.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab some
185. Yeah. No, you're not.
Oh yeah.
Don't do it.
Oh yeah. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna grab some here, and I'm gonna have a very, very, very tight stop loss. Because I don't be messing around. Give me 1 second.
Just as we're about to end the stream, we got to be here for about 3 more hours just trading GME now. Cancel all your plans tonight, Pookie, because we're playing GME all night long to 8 p.m.
What'd you say? What did I miss?
I said cancel all your plans, bud.
No,
We're gonna be here for 3 more hours trying to squeeze some profits out of TME.
It's gonna be rough. Yeah, no, I'm out. Yeah, so this was that was the level right there. So I'm not gonna play with it. Next opportunity is only gonna be if we catch a confirmation off this trend line. So this was kind of make it or break it right here. It broke above the previous candle, and that was the opportunity for the volume to surge in. Now it's got to come back and it's got to test and exceed a line, a push off this line. Otherwise, it's either probably just going to straddle this down and then fall off, or it's just going to blast through it. So it really needs to hold this line and then push up. Otherwise, the only real opportunities here are these high risk ones. So that's it. Just in and out. That's the only way you can really play these. You've got $1 spread on it, so it's you got to be careful with that too. But those are really the only opportunities you're going to have on these kinds of slower post earnings plays. So you got to catch the impulse or the bounce. This was not a hard sell off, so yikes, right? So we'll see. And same thing here with Chewy, right? I got some right here, and then I'm just waiting to see if it's going to hold this level. If it doesn't hold that level, there's no point in holding it anymore because it has room to drop, and then we can reassess it at that point. But there's no reason to just buy it and hold on to it. So yeah, it is what it is. Let me check the chat. I'll make a point to read the chat. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I mean, that's how you stay out of bag holding territories. You just look for confirmations, and then once you see a confirmation, if you're just trying to get in and out of stuff, you got to set a tight stop loss. After hours, of course, stop losses don't work, so you have to do it manually. That's why you have hotkeys set up. And yeah, I'd rather take a bunch of these smaller losses than end up bag holding something and holding onto it for like 4 months and then not be in a position to average down or to buy the next smaller confirmation on that trend. So if you're not comfortable doing that, that's really just the way you got to do it. You got to just get in and out. As soon as something goes against you, it's okay to drop it. If you're comfortable with drawdown and you're okay building things down, that's when you can build your positions down. But on post earnings, unless you're trading the momentum or the bounce to momentum, you typically don't want to hold those. At least I don't. I mean, you guys can do what you want, but I typically like to wait like a couple of days on these larger stocks. You really just got to get a lot of the FOMO and stuff out of there and then let the stock determine what it's going to do. So my long-term assessment here is that it's going down to hell. But we can attempt to trade the short-term speculation in the meantime and just get in and out. So hopefully that makes sense. There's 2 different approaches here. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, law.
Oh, my bad. I'm back again. I was
fine.
muted. No, I'm looking at like China stocks just because they're coming out of this lockdown period. So I'm looking at a lot of like China stocks like Neo and like the EV sector. I think that some of those have had some nice pushes over the last couple of days. So I think that coming out of the lockdown, these ones we should watch for sure. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I mean, Baba, obviously, which is Alibaba. What other ones? BIDU. BIDU is a good one.
Ding dong.
Ding Dong is one that you should definitely keep your eyes on.
Ding dong.
Can go up in a split second, and you don't want to miss that trade.
It sure can. And Ding Dong it's just in this channel. There's nothing spectacular about it. This thing
What kind of
loves
channel
channels.
is that? Like, how many dollars is in that channel? Like,
it's pretty good. It's over $1. So you've got from like just below 4 to just below 5. So it's about $1 for that. But you get a lot of this variation into these zones. And in these zones is really just where I like to watch it carefully to determine whether or not it's likely to break out to the upside or downside. I'm not going to hold anything or buy anything in here unless it's above this distribution zone.
Now, do you like to look at these longer term setups on the hourly chart? Because I see you on the hour chart now. So is that where you like to start your positions and look for them? Or
Yeah, so obviously I like to look at multiple time frames. So I start on the weekly. There's not a lot of information down here other than it's consolidating, right? It's holding, so there's potential. So then you look at the daily, and then you can see there's a lot of volatility, but it's not really something that's clean. You see kind of this squiggliness right here and this squiggliness right here. Those are good clean channels, and you can trade those, but you got to go in the smaller time frames for that, and that's where I got down to the 1 hour on this one. It's just the easiest to identify. Right, it's nice, clean, well respected here. Had a little double top there, had a little channel here that we could have traded a bunch. And this one is it's pretty moderate float too. I don't really trust low float Chinese stocks a lot, especially in after hours and stuff. It's very hard to get filled, and I don't want to fight for liquidity. Sorry, it's low enough already. So this is not something you want to day trade necessarily, but it is good for identifying swings and trading trends, and that's where. In this case, we're in a sideways trend or a trading range or a channel. So you just kind of identify your levels and watch for those confirmations, and then you can just trade those a bunch. Just waiting.
I mean, there's a lot of China stocks, but I kind of like kept them away from my watch list now, just because.
Yeah, I removed them all.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, I even have there's a few Russian stocks that were on the market, and I have a few shares in those, and they're still stuck. So I don't ever think they're going to come back. So I don't want to be stuck in the whole China. Hey, well, they all got to get delisted or whatever.
Yeah,
and you're stuck, and I don't want anyone to be in that position. We can just play maybe day trades.
Yep,
is fine, and I prefer to stick to that way with China stocks.
That's the way to do it.
How's China? Yeah, how's Chewy doing there? AI is not doing so bad.
No, Chewy's it's kind of just trickling, right? It's not doing anything significant. AI, it looks like it's starting to find a little bit of strength, but it's not quite there yet, right? We have this ebb in volume, and then we have a slight increase in volume. But the later it goes, the less likely it is to sustain that. So we just have to wait and see. And so as an example, right? This information right here on the 1 minute chart after hours on such low volume, this is not enough to assess healthy trades. So you really have to look at the higher time frame. The overall setup here was just that bounce. Now we're just kind of waiting to see where the trend is going to go. You don't want to try to force stuff like that. And then you especially don't want to base that on such limited information, because it's just, there's no way to tell which way it's going to go. And that's something I see a lot of newer traders do. They try to say, oh, like this is a hammer, and we've got this one here, and then we got all these, and it's bullish, right? Because it looks bullish, and that's great, but there's no confirmation. So you're basing the bullishness on very limited piece of data here. Each of these candles is only 60 seconds worth of trading data. So you've got maybe 20, 30 minutes here, and it's all over the place. So got to be very careful here. And this is where you really just want to watch levels and things like that. Watch the order book and the time and sales. When the volume comes in, yes, absolutely. But until then, you got to be careful. So if you can't clearly identify something and it doesn't have strength, you don't have to trade it. Like this looks like a good bullish setup, but there's not a lot in our favor, right? We got trickling volume. It's just kind of meh. The longer term setup, yes, we got a bounce and then we got a potential recovery, but short term on the 1 minute chart here, it's a crapshoot. So unless you're trying to get like 0.2% on your trades. So we'll see what Chewy's going to do here. It looks like it's moving a little bit. Where's my time and sales? What's going on with this? There we go. I'm just going to hit Control R real quick and refresh. My time and sales paused. So now we're going to watch these levels here. Sorry. Apparently I'm dying of tuberculosis or something. Maybe a trap, may not. Doesn't really matter to me. What's up?
I don't need that kind of nonsense on this live stream. I think you're going to be okay, bud.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Take some emergency.
All right. Let's see what I can do. Yeah.
I mean, we're always next to each other, so maybe
we are. The only thing
we share stuff.
We're adjacent at all times. Conjoined, if you will. yeah, the only thing I want from you is your crystal ball. Then I don't have to work so hard finding these trades.
You know what? Honestly, though, yesterday I kept on getting notifications on I believe it was my phone.
Yeah.
And it was the confirmation alert channel, and it was blowing up. I literally thought someone was spamming the channel. And I was like, what is going on over there?
I
Like,
put some out yesterday.
Like, is he found like 10 plays and he's just pushing them all out at once? And it was like you were just you were just putting out these plays. I was like, wow.
And then the market immediately crapped on us.
He's really keen to play today.
I am. That's what happens when I have free time. I did not have free time. Yeah, so let's take a look. Let's see. Let me set up my chart.
Yeah, so you played a few confirmations. Some of them didn't work out. Some of them did.
Yeah, that's kind of the name of the game, right? And that's why we use those tighter stops. And
yep.
So yeah, we're BLD right now. What's that doing?
Absolutely.
I'm good until 208, and then a target of. So I'm expecting this to come back, test this trend line, and then potentially push. So as long as this pushes off here, I think we'll be fine for that one. I have a target of 311.
That's also why I say, like, if you're going to add your last positions on that break, let it come back down to retest, because most of the time it's going to retest that trend line again.
Yeah.
And you want to see if it can push off that trend line with some volume. If it does, then maybe you can add again.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and look at the kind of risk reward that we have here. And this is kind of why it's important to understand these kinds of plays, because you're going to take losses more frequently if you buy them without that retest, right? And that's kind of why I learned the same tickers a couple times, because they're just at different phases. And the confirmations are more risky or less risky based on where they are. So as you can see here, we've got a potential risk of 15%, which is pretty big, right? It's a big overall trend in pursuit of a 26+% profit on the first target. So the risk reward is substantial there, which is why I marked it as a long swing, because I expect this one to take some time. And then a second target of 344 brings it to about 40% profit. And then 440. Sorry, I'm not feeling good. So this is a much longer setup, but none of that matters if it falls down and fails on the trend line again. So 440 puts us around, I don't know how many percents that is. Let's take a look here. What's that? About 80% roughly. So I'll take a potential 15% loss for an 80% return, any day. But I'm going to do it intelligently and safely. So the bigger the risk, it's 15%. That's a huge risk potential. So I'm going to really save the majority of my position until it's on the way up. And that's something that, if you're a brand new trader, you don't need to average up. You don't need to build to a position that's already going up, because that increases your risk exposure. So if you can't do that confidently, don't do it. And then, of course, Surf here. Surf and SSP, I believe, hit stops. I didn't see a confirmation on which one was it? Ride, I think, to stay out, to exit. Came back and tested. That's not it. So I'm still on the fence about this one. It hasn't really dropped below 188 and sustained, but if it does, then I'm just going to drop that one. But you can see again, it's the short-term setup here is that we failed this trend line and it's pulling down, to which it's going to usually test one of these supports. Then it's going to pull back, and then it's going to determine whether or not it wants to go up or down further, and that'll establish a resistance trend line. And the overall higher setup here is much healthier, right? So we have a higher low here, so that's kind of what I'm anticipating is a pullback, and then potential continuation. So I'm not quite stopping out of this one yet, but I'm getting there.
That's right. Oh yeah, and that was a good little trend that it was on, though. From where were we at? Like a dollar something up to 250 or something like that. It was
something like that, yeah. And that's this is another example of you only need a couple, right? So like NR, for example, we got that one nice and low, and it went up over $1, I believe. So it was pretty good.
That's look at that trend right there. That's a real clean trend.
And you can see here, I didn't try to grab the absolute bottom. I knew it was pulling back to this trend line. I waited for it to pull up off the support line with some confidence and with increasing volume. That's when I took my entry on that. That's when I alerted it, right, when it was breaking out of this trend line here. So confluence. And then, yeah, it's shot up pretty nicely. And then SWN is the same thing. That was a nice low alert. Let me see when the original alert was on that. Oh, I don't remember. It was a while. Anyway, it was nice and low. I think it was down here somewhere. Pulled up, pulled back, and then pushed higher.
That was an energy company, right? Because energy companies have just been non-stop. So that was a great pickup, exactly. And it is green today. It's up 5% today. So this one never got affected by the red day today. It was just pushing higher.
Just kept going.
Just because of that uncertainty in the whole energy sector and oil, gas, whatever. Everything's super high. Everything's going higher.
Yeah.
So all these energy companies, they may not have anything to do with that, but it's just the hype behind the energy and the gas and the oil pushing these companies.
Absolutely. And that's all it takes. I don't care what a company does. I just care about how the market's going to react to it. And as you can see, this hasn't told me to get out of the position yet, so I'm still in it. I'm locking profits on the way up after these impulses, like this one here, and I'm waiting to see where this one goes. I haven't locked any more profits up here yet. But that's a significant jump there. It's almost 50% over 2 weeks, if that, week and a half.
Yeah, that is nice right there.
And that's the advantage to trading things from beginning to end. So if a stock wants to breathe, I'm going to let it breathe. But if a stock wants to choke out, I'm going to just cut those losses sooner. And that's the purpose of these kinds of alerts. Because this one win right here easily outweighs quite a few of those losses, those smaller losses. And that's kind of the whole purpose of trading those. You're going to get more frequent losses if you take the higher risk ones, but they're going to be washed away by the wins when they win. So you can't trade these if you're not comfortable with stop losses. And that's something I can't stress enough. So yeah, hopefully everyone is on board with that, because I know we got a rough start in that channel. Because we had a day just like this where it sold off hard.
Yeah, it did. But you redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
You redeemed yourself. You wanted that channel. You redeemed yourself. Now it's looking good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's looking really good right now, and the future is going to look even brighter.
Yes,
once we get out of this redness that we're in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We traded HGen, we traded Fubo. Got out on HGen. It told us to get out, so we got out on the way down. So still hasn't hit the stop completely, so I still have a piece left. But there's no reason for me to try to hold my full position here and watch a green position turn red. It hit target, so I locked in about 75% of my profits. I'm waiting to see where that 25% goes. Guaranteed profit. Same thing with Fubo. It ran up, hit target, fell back down. So.
And that was executed perfectly. Fubu's alert. That was a great one. See, so there's lots of good ones in there. Don't cut yourself short there, bud.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Micron too. It shot up over first target, fell back down. This is a nice gap right here. That's 6%, 7%. They add up pretty quick. So do the losses, and that's why we make them smaller than our potential profits. So. If you have a greater than 1-to-1 risk reward and you only win half your trades, you're still going to be net profitable. So that's kind of the idea there. Where's Carnival? That one fall back down?
Yeah, it did. It fell back down. And we're going to get this, right? They really haven't broken out of their downtrend. Nope. We're getting these great pops, and you can play them. I think that Carnival had like the biggest move in one day since 2020. I think that's what I saw the other day. Right here it says Carnival up nearly 10% on pace for largest percent increase since November 2020.
And that was right here, right?
That was 6 days ago. Probably one of those days. Probably that one. That one right there probably was the biggest move. But yeah, it had some. Right now it hasn't come back down to test those lows. So if it holds this area.
Thank you, Top. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, if it holds this area, we could see some more upside. But you just got to be patient, or you just play these pops and you get out, and do it
Absolutely.
over and over and over.
Yeah. And again, that's the whole point here, is that we're not trying to anticipate things. We're not trying to force the market to go one way or the other. We're just waiting to let it tell us where it wants to go, and then we're just swimming along with it like one of those little fish near a shark. That's really all we got to do. Oh, you know what I wanted to check? Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, right. So tell me about the market.
So today was a hard sell-off. So if you go to the markets here, you can see, again, it's just global. It's not even just the U.S. Foreign markets are red too. It's just that time of year, and we got all these catalysts that are just kind of stacking up. So, we hunt the green, and then we lock it in when it's there, and we get rid of it if it's not. And then if you're in the position of a longer-term investor, or if you are okay with drawdown and holding things a little bit longer, this is a really good opportunity to grab up some of those higher potential fundamental grabs. So if you're interested in the good stuff, right, the higher cost, more stable stocks, this is a good time to start looking at those a little bit more closely.
Yep.
Sorry.
So what are your predictions for tomorrow?
I think we probably see a lot of FOMO in the market. There's a lot of discounts out there right now. People are a little bit cautious. Then we know that we have a 4-day week. So I think if we're going to see green, it's probably going to be tomorrow. And then we're probably going to see a hard sell-off Friday again. So tomorrow's trap day, basically.
So when will your hard sell-off stop? That's my question to you. Can we see that soon?
No.
Or we just going to be laying, just relaxing on the couch, seeing it go up and down like this for the next 6 months?
The market demands a blood sacrifice for a fruitful harvest. You know the rules. Yeah, it's just, I don't see it easing up. Well, I see it easing up, but I don't see it fixing itself, quote unquote, or getting back to that green condition that we saw back in 2020 anytime soon. Right? There's still, I think maybe around like fall, late summer, maybe. Statistically, that's just when it happens anyway. It's the larger investors just take their money out in the spring, and they just go on vacation all summer, right? So what we're left with in the market throughout the summer is usually the high frequency traders, algos, hedge fund managers that don't know what they're doing, panicky retail, and then there's the in between, right? So we're really narrowing things down to time of day and just trying to trading the volatility, like maybe like 10 to 11 in the morning, and then power hour, and then post market earnings, right? That's kind of where it's at.
And I was reading on an article on CNBC about JP Morgan. Said brace yourself for economic hurricane. So last week he came on and he said, hey, it's going to get dark. There's going to be some clouds in the sky, guys. It's going to get dark. But then he came on today saying that, oops, I actually meant a hurricane.
We're going to upgrade it to a category 5.
That's going to be caused by the Fed and the Ukraine war. He thinks that's what's going to really change a lot of things. And there's going to be obviously tightening, and then the ramp up of the $95 billion a month in reduced bond holdings from the Fed. So
that's probably a bigger factor than the Ukraine war. I don't think that really has a significant impact on the U.S. economy. It doesn't affect imports, exports that much. It's just fear tactics so they can manipulate prices.
He thinks the commodities are going to be the ones that oil he thinks is going to hit 150 a barrel to 175 a barrel. He said, brace yourselves, hold on for whirlwind and a hurricane
I'm
in
just
the market.
Climb under one of them barrels and it'll keep me down.
I trade oil. I mean, if oil and commodities go up, guys, I mean, we can easily trade those.
Yeah. How's our friend Callan? How's that doing? Oh, well, look at that. Do you remember CPE?
Yes, and it was trading at a couple of bucks or something, wasn't it?
It's $4. Yeah. I don't have any anymore. but it was nice to trade.
It's $3.80. Yeah, this was so cheap. But also Oxy as well. Oxy was one that we were messing around with around $9. Now it's 70.
Yeah.
And it's great to play. Like I've played this a few times. We get these dips, and when they hold a trend line and we see a push off of that, we can easily get like 5 to 10% gains.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive how we've been playing that on these dips. So yeah, these ones can just find new highs, I think.
Yeah.
I think Oxy finds a new high soon.
We'll see if your boy is right.
Yep.
How's ExxonMobil doing? How are we doing domestically?
Probably high too, yeah.
Yeah, it's
all-time highs. Wow.
Yeah, that's a steep climb. Oof, good times.
4. Yeah. I mean, all of them are pretty up nice. Let me see. BP is a good one to watch as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot
BP's doing well.
Hewlett Packard had their
earnings today. That's right. Yeah. Wow. Why didn't you remind us, Tops? Come on, man.
Oh, well, this is why. Look at this chart. It's disaster. Yeah, it didn't even show up on my thing. Wow. I had it on my manual list where I was looking to see what all had earnings and stuff, and then it just didn't even show up on my system here. Yikes.
That is one that I would like to watch tomorrow as well.
Yeah, this is longer term. Because, I mean, look at that daily chart.
Yep.
We can short the heck out of that.
Yes, we can. Let me put it on my watch list.
Yeah. We'll see. It's got a ways to go, but we'll see which direction it goes and then just trade that. I have to go.
Yes, me too, man. But what about the GME? You don't want to play that all night long?
No, I'm more interested in Chewy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, GME, again, just long term, I think it's going down to the depths of hell.
Flag.
Yep. I attempted a little trade there and it didn't work out, so I'm not going to touch it. Let's look at Chewy real quick. It's just kind of hanging out. I still have it. I'm just waiting to see which direction it's going to go. This is a very small piece. I'm not going to put a lot into it until I see some confidence to the upside with a stronger pullback and then a stronger confirmation in the future. Right now, we're just we're doing this, right? We're still on a downtrend and we haven't broken out yet. So there's no reason to heavily commit. Nice little pump on earnings, but it needs to go higher longer term. So not looking at the 1 minute for that.
No, exactly. Longer term, daily chart, weekly chart, you want to keep close attention to those. But yeah, I like Chewy, but yeah, we got to see a break above that resistance, that long-term downwards resistance that we've seen on a lot of charts, right? So this is a lot of them out there.
Yeah, look at that. Just down, right?
Down.
They went up.
PayPal down, like
they went down. Oh yeah. Yep. How's the firm?
Firm's 24.
Ooh, okay. Oh, right? That's not bad. I like that. We got a little trend line here, right?
That's what obviously people are going to be watching. So let's see if tomorrow it holds up.
Yeah.
But I do like a firm, but then this with a firm, there's a lot of things going on with, inflation, interest rates, and it may damage their business model. Yeah.
There's a lot of factors there. But that's okay, right? We know we can watch it. We can not trade it, especially not very heavily until we see confirmation. That's what it's all about. Just figure out what way it's going to go and then wait for it to go that way. And then trade. Don't try to guess and say, "Oh, this is the bottom," because it's been here before. Because that's how you hurt yourself. So, especially in this kind of market, right? A lot of people are probably going to FOMO into this because we got confluence here on this little trend line, and it's holding this level. 25% pullback was pretty shallow. So I would probably wait until it comes down a little bit, or at least holds this level again after pull up away, and then maybe a retest. Before I start looking at it hardcore. It's right in the middle of this garbage right here, so it's got to get out.
Man, I'm trying to find. What one I like that could do well long term is Six Flags, guys. If you want to just check out Six Flags and do some analysis on that, I think it could do longer term do pretty well. Obviously, we're not right there, to start adding. But I looked at this yesterday, and the earnings, I believe, if I'm correct, the earnings were not so bad. Let me see. I think they said they had a lot more income. Okay, stock is rising on jump in revenue. So they reported a loss, but they topped revenue estimates by 15 million. So there's some good things coming out of this, but I think it could be potential long term. You know what Six Flags is,
Yeah.
and one to watch, to put on your watch list. And when the time is right, we add into it.
Absolutely. Speaking of watch lists, though, I gotta get out of here.
Let's go. Yeah, let's show you a calendar. Let's bring up the calendar for the rest of the week.
All right, so here we go. So as you guys can see, we have a very busy schedule. If you're a free member, you get access to all this stuff. If you're a premium member, you get access to all this stuff plus all this stuff. And then everybody's welcome to hang out in game night with us. And we have a option stream at 8 o'clock on Sunday nights with James Legends, our options guru. So if you're interested in options, but you're not in the options section, you're more than welcome to jump in there on Sunday night. Other than that, it's been fun. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of activity after hours, so there's not as much hype and buzz as we usually have on there for these trades, but we made the most of it. We tried what we tried, and that's just the way it is sometimes. So,
and my AI, just before we leave, my AI little trade there hits first target. So
nice.
It's over 15. My first target was 15.20, so it hit 15.39.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we are pushing a little bit higher now. So this is definitely one to watch tomorrow. This one and HPE. So keep those on your watch list. Have a great day, guys. Have a great night. Pookie has to leave. I have to leave.
Okay. They're just pushing me out the door, man.
See you guys later.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.